Does WSP see offshore wind as a global business, and will you be operating in many different countries?
Absolutely. At the moment, we're finding we have a huge demand for UK lessons learned. We've been working in some of the work on the French screening, some of the French zones. Huge amount of inquiry at the moment coming through from Asia and our Asian offices at the moment, which already have established clientele there looking at renewable master planning, are moving straight into the offshore sector. So we're acting as financial brokers and being able to support countries that or companies that wish to invest through providing support base on the ground there. We think offshore wind will probably take off in the States in 18 to 24 months. But in particular as well, I think the world is watching to see what's happening with the innovation that's occurring with the wave and tidal, particularly through the EMEC Centre up in Scotland. And
do you think that the UK is leading the industry?
At the moment it is. We're getting a lot of interest from, particularly from the European countries at the moment, in the way that we've managed our regulatory process. And also we're perceived to have some of the best guidelines at the moment and the best understanding of a lot of the potential issues that may come through. As we move, though, into the deeper water and we're starting to find the pinch points with skills, we'll be bringing in, obviously, resources and expertise and innovation from our partners internationally, and, of course, that will end up going back out. So, yes, we are leaders at the moment, but we've got a head start, and I think we need to maintain that.
And what are your company's key aims and objectives now, and what key technology and expertise does your company offer in order to get there?
We're late starters in the offshore sector, and part of my role has been to actually have a look at what skills we do have and what opportunities are available within the company already to do some knowledge transfer. We currently have an appetite to be one of the top 5 consultancies, engineering consultancies, in the next 5 years. We have very high targets now for recruitment and for acquisition. Our services are easily transferable. For example, we've already have global framework contracts, for example, to do environmental management systems for Barclays. We were recently asked by a global renewable energy company if we could do similar for all of their onshore assets globally. Now, we already have consortiums and partners set up in most countries in the world to deliver that. We've currently strong with foundation design, doing health and safety auditing and checking, quite strong with EIA planning and consenting, and also with high voltage subsea cable, but also for onshore substation and transmission as well.
So do you feel that there's lessons to be learnt and technology transfer opportunities to be had from the oil and gas industry?
Well, yes. Coming from an outsider's perspective, we see 2 different types of developers. We have the traditional oil and gas developers who are moving into the offshore renewables, and onshore wind developers who are moving offshore, and they have a very, very different approach to their entire project management. The oil and gas sector is probably used to much long-term, bigger projects. They deal with their health and safety risk completely differently, have very, very different procurement strategies. And in general, I think they recognise the uncertainties and the higher amounts of risks that occur with offshore and have actually got good systems set up to deal with that. What we're seeing a lot more with the onshore is young teams, young developers, and basically needing to deal with new regulation. So we've got slightly different ways in which we deal with it there.
And what can we look forward to seeing from WSP and Future Energy in the very near future?
Well, we're just about to announce a major win for an offshore wind farm as lead EIA consultant. And we have a number of irons in the fire with some cross-nation interconnectors. We're looking strongly to support more in Europe. And at the moment, looks like we'll be providing strategic advice through to some of the Asian offshore wind contingent there. We've been very fortunate. We've been able to take on board a part-time IPC commissioner. So we now are developing a regulatory consenting group, which includes offshore. And so, yes, we just see things going from strength to strength.
Great, thanks a lot, Bev. Well, if you'd like to find out more what WSP and Future Energy are up to and keep up with the announcements of their projects they've got coming up, then go online to www.wspgroup.com/future energy.